Well guys, we're back on the farm today, and it's been nice to have a break kind of from work. Not as busy, so we're finally able to get some of these projects that we have ahead of the 2025 deer season knocked out. And today we're back in the Monsterbuck forage soybean plot down in the swamp. Really excited about the stand that survived. We weren't expecting much just because of the heavy deer and turkey population, and this being a first-year plot. We weren't really sure what to expect, except having to just come in here and mow it all or till it all in. So we've got a solid population of beans out here, and we're back here today to apply some foliar fertilizer, particularly some foliar nitrogen and potassium. Now this is really going to help our beans continue to thrive, boost some plant development and growth, and it's going to be fun to see how they react to this, as I've always wanted to do this, and this is the first year as far as applying the foliar fertilizer that I'm able to do it. So going to do it to both sides of the plot because we want them to just continue to take off as they've been doing. We're also going to spray this on our Egyptian wheat. A big thing with the Egyptian wheat, especially on our screens and our walk-ins and around our blind, is we want to make sure that, especially with the nitrogen, we promote that healthy plant growth and development, and then also the potassium is going to help that late season standability and stalk strength. So we're really looking forward to seeing what this product does. I just got this from my local ag retailer that we use on the farm, and yeah, we're gonna get to spraying. I'm really excited to see how these beans continue to thrive, especially with this. So let's get to it. All right, so we just got done spraying that. You know, as I was going along spraying, I'm like, wow, this could really make this this plot blow up. May even think about coming in for a second pass with the same product when we have our turnips and radishes from our overcast blend established. I think that'll really make things put on some tonnage. So excited to see how this turns out, and we're gonna go spray the Egyptian wheat next. What's up guys, we're back on the farm, and we're doing a little bit of an update for you guys on how things are growing, how some of our plans are developing, and some of the ideas we have ahead of the 2025 deer season. But we are at the first spot of the day, and totally thought it was going to go a lot better, but we did catch a lot of rain this past weekend, and man, a lot of hard work just like that gone. These beans were looking fantastic. I mean, the stand was so much better than we thought it'd be, especially with the heavy pressure from deer and turkeys. But I'm not sure what we're gonna do from here. We're gonna go ahead probably and keep the beans, as many beans as we can. We're still going to put the banks blind behind me in this little tree area and have some access from the back. May even put some Egyptian wheat out front to kind of give it some more natural concealer that is. But I think we're going to have to move away from the overcast and probably just go straight rut greens plus cold climate, because looks like probably about 70% of this plot is underwater, and the beans are cooked. So didn't think this was going to happen. This was probably one of the last things I was worried about, but here we are, and we just have to I guess we just gotta adapt and overcome. So definitely going to be looking into a more hardy, fuller mix for this side, but let's see how this side of the bean plot looks. So there it is. I mean, it looks pretty good. I think we just have a little bit of standing water, and I'm glad we're not lacking any rain, but I think we definitely got enough for a while. So hopefully this heat zaps up some of this moisture. We can get dried out quick and these beans can get back to growing. But man, I think we'll still go with some overcast on this side for sure, and maybe some rut greens plus on the other side, closer to the blind. But you know, I think this spot's going to turn out to be as good as it can be. So we're going to get to the next spot and keep rolling and keep you guys updated. Well guys, we are at our second spot of the day, and we're really excited with how things are turning out. This Monsterbuck multi-year blend that's down, we frost seeded this I think in early March. It came up great. We've continued to kind of manicure it, keep it mowed, and it's just thriving. The standing beans here, that's one of the big things that's different from last year when we hunted it. I think these deer really like the standing beans down in this bottom. So if we can get these beans to stay green as long as they can, I think we'll be in good shape between that and the clover early season. So really excited to see how these deer continue to use it, how they travel, especially with some of the logging trails that now connect this spot and the top field where that banks blind is. It's going to be really interesting, and it's going to be a lot of learning for me. So really excited with how this spot's coming up. We're going to probably put an XOP in this tree, or maybe move it. I'm not sure. I'm having a hard time deciding where I want a tree stand, just because I'm not really sure with how these deer are gonna use some of these new travel routes and react to some of the modifications that we've made. So yeah, we're gonna keep touring around the farm, see how things are growing, how they're developing, and give you guys some updates on what we plan to do. So stay tuned. Well guys, we're at the third spot of the day, probably one of our better spots on the farm, and you guys have seen me hunt this enough. We call it the ATM. Used to be a tree stand and this big oak in front of me, but now we've upgraded. We've officially made it, and now we have a banks blind. This will be the second year that we have this banks. This area is going to set up about the same as it did last year, between the Egyptian wheat and the big ag. But the things that will be different is we have standing corn this year, and we've also added some Egyptian wheat around the base of the tower blind, and also on our walk in. It's going to be kind of a tunnel, so it's going to be awesome to be able to get in and get out securely without these deer knowing we're here. And it always seems to be a lot better movement and traffic when we have corn here. So really excited to see what deer show up all throughout the year. This is a really hot spot on the farm. We've got big bedding all around us, destination ag, and on our side with the bulletproof access and the wind setup, it works out great. So looking for this to be one of our hotter spots on the farm this year. Well guys, we are at the fourth and final spot of the day. Just doing some updates for you guys and seeing how things are growing, and to continue planning on how we're gonna hunt these spots come fall. But this is a spot we call the tabletop plot. It's up on top of this saddle, surrounded by thick bedding, and we actually have some standing corn to the south, and it's just a really good spot. Something that early on in my hunting career, I thought it was just too open, not thick enough for deer to love it, and boy was I wrong, until a couple years ago when I found Young Money's sheds and actually threw a old camera up on a fence post. It was only then that I realized how much they really ran throughout this area. So last year I threw a plot in here. It was turnips, and had a lot of good hunts out of the stand behind me. And so this year we're going at it a little bit different. We know a lot more about how they use this spot, and we're actually going to keep it as clover. The reason behind that is the turnips grew great last year, but I think we need something that's a little more soft, a little more palatable, especially right next to thick bedding and big ag. And I think it's going to offer a smoother transition from that bedding to big ag. So we're going to keep it with clover. It's thriving and it looks great. We've been mowing it a couple times this summer, and it seems like as soon as we can mow it, it's ready to go again. So really excited about that. I have an old tree stand in one of these big trees behind me. We're gonna replace that with a XOP Rubicon. We're gonna throw a Reveal Ultra on this fence post behind me, and that's for many reasons. One, because this spot is pretty produces a lot of good pictures throughout the season. So we want to get some of those high quality videos and pictures that we know it can provide. And also the big thing is it has the feature to live stream, and with this being a spot that's on the fringe of the farm, and almost every time we come in and hunt we have to walk somewhat near or through it to get to the rest of our sets. So being able to live stream, see what's going on, if there are any deer in the area, we can look at that camera and go from there, make a safe plan to get in. And then also with as much movement that occurs in this area, we're going to be able to look at that camera and be able to see how these deer are using it, how many deer are in here, not just one trail camera picture. So I'm really excited to see what that Reveal Ultra can do and what this spot can produce. So we're gonna get that stand thrown up here soon. We're gonna get a Reveal Ultra on that fence post, and we're gonna watch this clover grow as it's just continuing to thrive from when we planted it, or we frost seeded it in March, and hopefully it continues to do that into the fall. Okay, all right guys, well, I'm up in a tree, as you can see. This is a new spot we're calling the sock drawer set. This is made off of a skidder trail that was created during the logging that took place this winter. Really has, I mean, kind of opened up this timber as far as what I've wanted it to be, and its huntability. This bedding area behind me, we had a camera in it all last year, had a lot of pictures of big bucks chasing does, especially in the rut. And then this bedding area in front of me has gotten a makeover with all the tops from the trees that were taken out. It's really created a thick, nasty cover that these deer love. And where Jenny's standing filming, there's a beautiful clear cut that goes right down this old fence row that goes straight to this standing corn up here. And this is going to be just a highway for deer to go from thick bedding all the way up to their destination food source. So, you know, it's going to be probably one of those spots where we're going to get a picture on the reveal and then get in here the next morning and probably sit all day. But I'm really excited to see what this spot can produce as far as encounters and pictures. We really haven't hunted this part of the farm that much just because we haven't known much about it, but 2 years of trail cam history and a perfect setup with Egyptian wheat on our backside for bulletproof access. I mean, it's gonna be good. So I'm excited to get the rest of these XOP sticks up, and yeah, I'll bring you guys up here soon to see what the view looks like. All right guys, well, as you can tell, I'm pretty sweaty. Just got done hanging the sock drawer set. We had to improvise with some pegs because we had some tree rubbish on one part of the tree, but we were able to get past that and then use our force stick to get a little bit higher. So really excited about the spot, more excited about the access. Look at how thick this is through here. And then we've got our Egyptian wheat just on the other side of that fallen tree over there. So we're gonna have a good screen getting in. We're gonna maybe carve out a little trail getting back in here, and we're gonna have the wind in our favor the whole time. So this spot could be really good, especially during the rut, and I'm thinking maybe even some late season as they're on the highway out to the field. So that standing corn is gonna be deadly late season. So hopefully we don't have to hunt that long, but we're excited for this set nonetheless.